Welcome back, everyone. This is Arafellum playing Dungeon Breaker. Last time we explored this bottom right section of this map, where it clearly spells Tamamo, the name of the group that made the game. So that's a neat bit of Easter egg. This time, let's keep exploring into the middle. To recap, this is a dangerous dungeon known as the Otherworld Labyrinth that was sealed for quite some time. Acting Regent Celsia has sent us in here to retrieve a crown of some sort that somebody left here long ago. The only person ever to make it to the depths and return alive. And she has suggested that this will somehow help Alec with his quandary where Tina and Prie are basically fighting over his time and attention. She hasn't said how, but I think I have a feeling. Speaking of which, since we are getting towards the end of the end, I've put Tina back in the party. It only felt right. Let's keep going around the outside, I guess. There is quite a bit of map still to explore here. And we're getting some strange layout again. Doesn't look like letters this time, just looks a bit odd. This looks like it goes into the very corner, where there is nothing. And another nothing. Looks like we have a maze, which isn't surprising. Oh, and a new combination of monsters. So perhaps if you didn't get the Samurai Master the plot intended way, you can get one here. Yeah, this just keeps branching out. Alright. Yep, that's just wall there. That goes nowhere, so I guess the two side paths down here also go nowhere. Might be a little path inside the wall here. Yeah. Just enough room for a little passage with the chest. Which has Otherworld key. That sounds important. Although this game does not actually tell you when you're using a key, it only tells you if the door is locked and you don't have the key. So presumably both of the doors up there were locked, even though it didn't say anything when I went through them. Because we'd already found the keys by the time we went there. That's just a little indentation. And this goes nowhere. Unless there are more fake walls, which I suppose is a possibility, but it seems unlikely. It made sense for them to be some around the letters, so that they would look like letters while also letting you get inside. But otherwise, that isn't really something this game does unless it's pretty clearly indicated, like it was in Layer 2 of the Sharon Ruins. Alright, I'm gonna check that other door first because it can't go anywhere unless there's a teleporter. And this doesn't feel like a teleporter kind of area. $20,000 gold. That's a pretty sizable amount. I'm going to head back to the healing point. Yeah, the downside of Alec having hit max level is that he no longer gains levels, which means he no longer gets free MP restoration. Okay, and in here is another chest. The Ogre Soul armor. Is that new? No, he can't use it, but that's shield. It's pretty strong, but not as strong as the dragon armor. Oh, she can use the Sailor Fuku I got somewhere, and it's actually better than what she has, so okay. Yeah, but it seems the Ogre Soul armor is heavy armor, and Alec is the only heavy armor user in the current party. Tina's more midweight, Prie and Leen are more light stuff, and the rest of the party is more monstrous monsters that use monster-specific equipment. Okay, there might be something in that little spot there, but probably not. And another dead end. That's about half this area explored. Probably a bit less. Another little room that just takes up space without doing anything. Okay, and before continuing on, the healing spot is right here, so we'll head there first. Let's start here. Fill in around the outer edges first, I guess. Towards what was already explored. Got the corner there. Another corner. And a dead end. So back up this way. This will connect to there. Yep. Yep. Might miss a little indentation. And here we have a dragon helm. I kind of like the attack boost from what he's wearing. And it's not that much more defense to use the dragon helm, so I won't. Okay, that meets up with itself. Head this way first. Asia's shield. Or is it Aegis? I'm not sure which is more appropriate in English. Either way, it's a bit more defense and swaps attack power for magic resist compared to what he has. He probably needs the magic resistance more, so I'll use that. And some backtracking. There's not that much more to explore, though. Here's a healing point, so probably a boss up ahead, so we'll check the other paths first. I'm kind of curious what the boss would be, though, because the first layer of this we had a rehash of all three bosses from the Sharon ruins. Then the second layer we had basically all the monster girls at once. So what are we going to have here? Weird little formation. It's kind of oddly shaped. I'm not sure if it has any significance. Well, we're back to the healing point. There's only a little bit more to explore. Presumably the boss is in here, but I think I'm going to leave that and the conclusion to the post-game for next time. So until then, this has been Arafallon playing Dungeon Breaker. Come back for the conclusion, presumably. Hope to see you then.